VMW TV, powered by Vending Market Watch.
It's the end of 2014, and the Food and Drug Administration has finally provided the final requirements for how calories should be displayed for vending products after 3 years of consideration. Most of the items in the nutrition labeling rule required by the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act weren't changed, but there were a few notable differences in the final version. Probably the most important, and a big win for the Vending Association, is the amount of time vending operators have to comply with the final rule.
The proposed rule had a 1-year compliance period in it, and NAMA had suggested in their comments that the industry would need at least 2 years to comply with any final regulation after the regulation was released. And we are thankful to the FDA that they honored our request that the compliance period be extended from 1 to 2 years. So we have a 2-year compliance window, and that is a difference in the proposed rule and the final rule.
The rule still affects operators that have 20 or more machines as opposed to locations. However, NAMA was able to convince the FDA to offer different ways for operators to display calories. Front-of-label calorie labels placed there by product manufacturers will meet the criteria, as will touchscreens and other electronic media that offer the consumer a chance to view the calorie count before purchasing the product.
You can disclose it, as I said, on the front of the machine. You can disclose it in a sign adjacent to the machine, as long as it's visible at the same time as the purchase is taking place to the consumer. You can also display it on front of packaging, and you can also display it through electronic means. So there is some flexibility as to how you can display the calorie disclosure when it comes to the final rule.
As for physical signs, they can be stickers or posters, as long as the information is clear, conspicuous, and prominently placed.
The rules state that it must be in a type size no smaller than the name of the food on the machine, the selection number, or the price of the food as displayed on the vending machine, whichever is the smallest. Displayed with the same prominence, meaning the same color, or a color at least as conspicuous as the color of the name or price of the food or selection number, and set against the same contrasting background, or a background at least as contrasting as the background used for the item it is in close proximity to. For example, the name, selection number, or the price of the food item is displayed on the machine. When the calorie disclosure is on a sign adjacent to the vending machine, the calorie declaration must be in a type size large enough to render it likely to be read and understood by the consumer under customary conditions of purchase and use, and in a type that is all black or one color or white or other neutral background which contrast with the type color. Basically, in layman's terms, if someone is purchasing an item from your vending machine, you need to ensure that the calorie disclosure on the sign adjacent to the vending machine is readable and recognizable and understood by your customer.
It's not just food, snack, and soda vending machines that need to comply, but also hot beverage machines that vend coffee. Calories need to be displayed for the coffee, creamers, flavors, and sweeteners also available in these machines. While the FDA did not specifically address enforcement of the rule, a sticker or sign with contact information for the vending operator is required on the machines as well. Operators have until December 1st, 2016 to comply with all final rules, but NAMA urges operators not to wait.
We're here to help. We want you to know what the rules are. We want you to know how to meet the rules. And if you have questions, please don't hesitate to call us. We are happy to reach out to FDA to obtain answers to questions that the industry may have.
At least one advantage to the FDA creating a final rule is that now operators in multiple states have one set of requirements to meet rather than multiple requirements. Operators needing help or wanting to verify their signage meets the new standard are encouraged to contact NAMA. For Vending Market Watch TV, I'm Emily Reffermat.